Overnight, a handful of short clips sent the internet into a frenzy. What started as casual mic jokes quickly dragged up one of the darkest nights in hip-hop history. Names like Mase, Camron, and Gene Deal were thrown into the spotlight, and this time, nobody was laughing. It got personal, heavy, and it forced the culture to ask the question, where does humor end and disrespect begin?
These clowns out here was gonna go out there and make videos.
I just wanna go home. I just wanna be home.
Mase, say names.
Yeah, security crying behind the car.
Damn.
People look at me as being bad boy security.
Yeah, this blanket. You're like, what?
Oh, Gene Deal was crying for the blanket. Gene Deal was this, that, and the Gene Deal was this, that, and the third.
But he there for security.
What you think I'm gonna be doing when you doing all that to Gene Deal? I bet you really don't wanna.
What started as slick banter on a show quickly spiraled into something raw, personal, and honestly uncomfortable to watch play out live.
Mase, tell us why you didn't go. Mase, why you didn't go to the party? Mase, why you didn't go to the party?
Because I was in a hotel with Brandy.
Why you didn't go? Brandy told you, you told me that Brandy told you, let's go to the party. Why you didn't go to the party?
I didn't go to the party because all y'all seem like snakes. And I'm not going to be.
So Mase, who told you? Mase, didn't I tell you? Listen to him, Mase. Did I tell? Let's keep it 100. When you was riding around,
Let me answer.
Go ahead.
Let me answer the question. You guys was the security. If somebody shot the biggest rapper in the world, why y'all didn't shoot back? Y'all had guns?
Mase, let me ask you something. I'm gonna get to that. Mase, one question. When you was riding around Cali with Stevie J, didn't I pull you to the side and say, what the f is you doing in a drop top Benz riding around with Stevie J around Cali? Did I say that to you? Mase?
This wasn't just friendly teasing or nostalgia vibes. The energy felt tight, loaded with years of unresolved tension. Mase and Cam were doing what they usually do, laughing, joking, letting words fly. But this time, many felt the line was crossed. They made jokes about the night Biggie was killed, even questioning why Gene Deal didn't respond aggressively back then. And for hip-hop, that's not small talk. That night still cuts deep.
In a hotel with a young lady.
And when you heard this information, what was your next actions?
My next actions? After what?
When you heard Biggie died, did you stay in your hotel room? Did you leave out? Did you want to go back to New York?
I actually was trapped in a hotel.
Now I want to ask the question. What do you mean trapped?
It was about probably like 70 or so bloods in the hallway. I couldn't even leave my room.
How'd you get out?
One of the guys.
Why would it be 70 bloods in your hallway after Biggie Smalls died?
Actually, after Big got killed, they was probably looking for more bad boy artists. And I couldn't even leave the room till Gene Deal, the officer had to come get.
To Mase and Cam, it might have sounded like edgy humor, but for a lot of fans, careless, disrespectful, out of bounds. And Gene Deal isn't just a name dropped casually. He was Biggie's close friend and longtime security, someone who lived through that night, survived it, and has carried that weight for decades.
And they start running off by their mouth, trying to make airways and trying to make a show. Here go a grown-ass man, Mase and Cam'ron, made suggestions to bad boy security. These clowns out here was gonna go out there and make videos. When you do stuff like that, you gotta know right now that people look at me as being bad boy security. You gotta be clear. As soon as that drop, you got 5 or 6 out there. Oh, Gene Deal was crying for the blanket. Gene Deal was this, that, and the Gene Deal was this, that, and the third.
And the next part of his message was deeply disturbing.
You already know, Mase. when you doing all that stuff to Gene Deal, what do Gene Deal supposed to be doing while you doing all that? I bet you really don't want to know. What you think I'm going to be doing when you doing all that to Gene Deal? They can play if they want to, but if they know what I know, they better find somebody else to play with. I never had to tell Big them keep it a buck. I never had to tell Big them I told Big to his face, if you go to this party tonight, one of y'all gonna die. Some people gonna die if you go.
Once those clips hit social media, the tags, DMs, and mentions started flooding Jamae's way, and he didn't ignore it. His reaction shifted the entire energy instantly. No jokes, no podcast tone, just seriousness. Jamae made it clear he wasn't here for his name being tied to a night that changed his life forever. He addressed Mase directly. If those words carried meaning, they better be stood on.
That whole conversation and make it seem like, so Gene, why you didn't shoot? Listen to me. It wasn't because Big wasn't my principal. And he knew the fact that we had blew the light and we was halfway down the block, crossed the light, and then when the first shot went off, our driver took straight off. I'm screaming at our driver because he was told that somebody was pointing a gun at Big them. He should have just threw the car in reverse. He knew the whole story, my man, because me and him had a conversation on the phone. He the one told me, well, I was in the room with Brandy and Brandy was trying to get me out the room to come to the party. So I felt that was kind of weird. So she said Brandy was calling me trying to get me out the room to come to the party. Well, you was in the room with Brandy. How's she calling you to try to get you out the room to come to the party? You know what I'm saying? This was going through my mind. But Mase knew the whole situation. Mase knew that it's no way possible that I was able, being sideways in the car, because Puff, when I got in the car, Puff had put his seat back. Now I'm sideways in the car like this, and I'm cussing him out like, yo, man, what the f is you doing? Why you got your seat back like this? We heard a shot, pow! Puff put his head down. I go to open the door. Kitty flies, going straight. So he knew the whole story. What I supposed to do? Put my gun out the window and just start shooting like this? When the car had already turned the corner, it came out of parking space. So he knew the story, bruh. He was trying to just divert the attention of, well, why security? So ask security, ask Big security, ask Paul, ask the LAPD. The LAPD officer that was right there, they was right behind. Paul was outside the car. Why didn't they shoot? Why when we turn back around and come down the street, that they way down the block, they coming back when we get back to the car. When we get back to the car, nobody's in Big's car. But Big, Mase knew this. Me and Mase had this conversation. Him and Tone is like this. He knew me and Tone jumped in the car and chased after the guy. We couldn't catch him. He wanted to divert the attention from himself because why didn't you tell Big that these dudes was trying to get at you, bruh? You had that conversation with with Puff, but you ain't had that conversation with Big. Big was your label mate. So people come on to him, why you ain't shoot? Listen to me, bro. At that time, I was young, dumb, and full of cum. Anybody who really knows me know that they ain't gotta worry about nothing if it comes to the point where gunplay has to be a part of my security. I'm not gonna hesitate, because I never bodyguard anybody that I wasn't willing to lay down my life.
That's when it stopped feeling like podcast chatter and got real. Gene's delivery wasn't about clout or theatrics. It was pure, unfiltered respect for his own experience. Joking about real trauma comes with consequences, he made clear. And suddenly, the viewers realized this isn't entertainment anymore. It's about respect, pain, and boundaries. Camron, sharp-tongued and confident, hasn't fully responded yet, but everyone knows his Harlem reputation.
And the second top artist in the world, which is Mase, about to be number one. He said, that's what I'm saying. I wonder his face because I'm like, if y'all let me do that.
Cam isn't one to back down, but this isn't a rap battle or a social media roast. It's history, loss, a killing that still reverberates. Every word now carries weight, And immediately, the hip-hop community split into factions.
Everybody trying to go viral. Everybody trying to go viral. Everybody trying to go viral out here.
Some people say.
Some say Gene Deal had every right to be offended. Jokes about that night are off limits. Others argue Mase and Cam were just being themselves, speaking freely on a mic. But intent doesn't erase impact. And with clips spreading like wildfire across TikTok, Instagram, and X, the contrast was stark. Laughs one moment, a heavy warning the next. That's when it hit. One wrong word and this could spiral fast. Timing matters too. Hip-hop is in a sensitive moment around legacy, respect, and accountability. Past stories, old jokes, and old behavior are being re-examined. Gene Deal's response touched on a bigger debate. Who gets to joke about certain moments and at what cost? Right now, it's unclear how this ends. Will Mase respond directly? Will Cam take it seriously or make a joke? Or will it cool off before things escalate further? One thing's certain, Gene Deal made it loud and clear. His name and Biggie's legacy aren't up for casual laughs. This is a reminder that hip-hop history isn't just clips or sound bites. It's real people, real loss, real scars. And when those scars are poked for entertainment, a reaction is inevitable.